Mr. Speaker, I'll tell you what saves lives. The decision we got from the Supreme Court today saves lives. This bill takes rights away from law-abiding citizens, their Second Amendment liberties. That's the key distinction. I yield 2 minutes to my friend, the gentleman from Louisiana, Mr. Johnson.
Thank you.
The gentleman from Louisiana is recognized for 2 minutes.
Thank you. Speaker Pelosi just lectured us. She said guns are the #1 killer of children in America. That's not true. Abortion violence is the #1 killer of children in America until today. There's no right to abortion in the Constitution, and thankfully the Supreme Court finally said that decisively, thanks be to God. There is a right, however, a crystal clear right in the Constitution to keep and bear arms. But here we are today. Congress is moving full steam ahead to restrict the right to self-defense for law-abiding gun owners and the right to due process for all Americans. This legislation is the wrong approach, and we ought to oppose it. In our Judiciary Committee markup several days ago, some of our Democrat colleagues here on the floor today openly said they don't care about the Constitution, they don't care about its protections, they want to overlook that. And this bill does that. It's a perfect example of members of Congress simply ignoring the Constitution. President Biden and his administration are already disobeying laws that we have on the books to revoke firearm dealer licenses over simple clerical errors. This legislation is going to make that worse. This is not going to help anything. It's going to lead to more errors, more false flags, more backlogs in the NICS system. There's nothing in this bill to fix that. There's nothing in this bill to increase school safety. See, we want real solutions. We think that we ought to harden the schools, real physical improvements to help protect children, but that's not here. They didn't have time for that. 2 weeks ago, I had a very moving conversation with Pastor Y.J. Jimenez. He's a pastor on the ground ministering to the people of Uvalde community who have suffered such an unspeakable loss. He said something that was really clear, and I think it's echoed throughout America. People paid a lot of attention to it. He said, you know what? We need to address the root causes of all this bloodshed. He said, America's problem is not guns. America's problem is a heart problem, and he's exactly right. We're seeing today the results of decades of decline in the secularization of American society and the open assault on our institutions, family, religion, morality, the breakdown of law and order. We see the results of all this on young people, in clinical settings, in schools, and everywhere else. We want to do things that matter. It's not more gun control. It's not more federal laws. It's not more intrusive government. We have to address the root causes. I will yield back. This is
Gentleman from Ohio, reserve.